Hello everybody! Welcome to my Twitch stream. This is really just a test to see if I can actually record anything. So here's hoping that this works, and if it doesn't, well, I guess you won't hear this, will you? Today, I'll be playing the Land of ATTAGA, which is actually a game that's part of a integrated railway systems course that I've been taking. Which is put on by Technical University of Delft in the Netherlands, and available on the edX online learning platform. And part of the course is just playing a rail simulation game, which is awesome. I mean, I've never had the opportunity to just randomly play video games as part of a course before, so I'm really happy about that. The game itself is interesting. It's not the most perfect game ever, but I hope you enjoy this little look at it. So, the Land of ATTAGA Railway Strategy Game. Welcome to the land of anticipation, timed tactics, and grueling abstruseness. ATTAGA is a country with 40 cities and villages with a strong need for a fast, reliable, and high-comfort railway network. The inhabitants' happiness relies on you. Let's start the game. Aha! It loads, and it's so pretty when it loads at first. You see lots of towns and settlements kind of spread out across this country. And it's not too laggy at first, but once you start building rails, it definitely slows down. But that's not the end of the world. Here we have the city of Terravik, which is part of our first and second goal. The first goal is to build a track, which we're about to do. The second goal is to connect the satellite cities of Terravik. It doesn't say here, but you have to use local trains of the various train types. I have played this before, so I know a few little things to make it work slightly better. So we're going to start here. This is pottery. Create a connection. Alright, so these are the options for where it can go. We're connecting to this guy here. We get to pick what type of connection we want. Generally, the lower things you go, the cheaper they are to maintain, although you'll later have to upgrade them. So we're going to start at a frequency of 2 on a double track. The number of switches, I have never figured out what they do yet in the game. I assume it has to do with maintenance. Other options, incidentally, would be interstate, HSL, or mountain train. Those aren't applicable in this particular case. But we're just going to do local, because that's part of the goal. It costs $12,000. Travel time is 20 minutes. The travel time will impact your customer satisfaction and, of course, your travel time rating. Cost, of course, impacts your budget. Let's build the track. Now it's building, and look, we've achieved the goal, which is first track, and we get a little monetary reward. Yay! Alright. Let's continue making tracks. Now we're going from pottery to Terravik, and we're going to extend our line. By doing this, it, selects the type of track and frequency you had before, and it means that the train will run all the way from this city up to here. There is a goal later on in the game, I'll show it to you, called Lines Everywhere, or Lines Everywhere, in which you have to connect 10 lines with at least 3 tracks. What they mean here is segments of track between cities. So right now we've got 2 segments, so we'll need 1 more at least. Connect. We're going to go up here to this nice little point. We're extending that same line. And we're going to say 2 switches, since I don't know what that does. Alright, so we've got a nice line beginning here. And we're going to continue that process with some of the other lines. Let's make one from here, the town of Kayaluta. Create a connection. Let's go here. Just a double track. Low frequency. We can upgrade the frequency later, but not the track type. We're just going to hope that's going to be enough for us. Because the real trickiness of this game comes later when you start having to maintain. So we're extending our line again into the city of Terabek. 2 switches. And we're gonna go, where do we want to go next? Let's go here. Extend that line. Create. Doop and doop. Now we're gonna go to here. We've nearly achieved our goal of connecting all of the satellite communities. We still have this place over here to connect. And that one I want to eventually connect up to these guys. So what is the best way to do that? Why don't we start from here? The town of Quans. We're going to connect over to here. Double, 2, frequency of 2. If we see these lines start to turn orange, that means we need to increase our frequency. But we're not going to worry about that just yet. Now this is Wigton. Create a connection. We're going over here now. And we're extending that line. Already we're getting a little bit of lag, but that's okay. Create the connection. It will get horrible later, but I'm a very patient person, so I don't mind too much. Now, there's a goal to connect Wigton down here to this town up here, and if you do them directly, you have the option to go through the forest, or around this brown area is another country. It's really expensive to go through the other country, and if you go through the forest, you don't meet the goal of don't disturb Mother Nature. And that's why I'm taking this somewhat longer route around, and that's okay. Create that connection, and look, we have the option to go through the forest or to go around the forest. Going through costs $102,000. We go around, much less expensive. So that's what we want to do, and it will help us achieve a goal. Look, we have goals achieved. Let's see. Scrolling up through here, we've connected the satellite cities. That's what we want. And once this is finished building, and it stops flashing, we might even get this one. Let's see if we do. Alright. Look, we've got it when we've got a nice hefty reward. So now we've got a fair amount of money. That's excellent, because we want to spend that money on a monitoring train. Because you have to maintain the tracks, but you don't know which ones to maintain until you have a monitoring train. And this one is super expensive, but it's really the only useful one available. So we're going to do that, spend all the money, and look, we've achieved another goal. Monitoring is knowing, so we get a little reimbursement. That's great. We have notifications. Let's see what they're telling us. Oh, there's been a lightning strike. That's not good. Here is our monitoring, or our repair area. Look, we can repair this track, which has been damaged by lightning. And here, because we have that monitoring train, we see fail rates. And right now, they're all very low, which is what we want. And we can maintain track preventatively, which hopefully will prevent them from, failing at a later date. So I like to do that if I see these numbers creeping up. It's a lot to take in, and this menu is a little clunky, but that's okay. This is a learning game more than a playing for fun game. So this little area is doing great. We've connected all the things, and that's wonderful. However, there is lots and lots of other country to connect, and we're down to about half our original budget. So let's go from here, create a connection, and now we're going to go through here. We'll extend the line because we want to get to the city, and we might as well do it all in one line. The option, because we're extending the line, is to make a tunnel. Now, if I had to create a new line, I could use a mountain train to go over. But mountain trains break down all the time, so we want to avoid those. Build that track. Costs a little more for the tunnel, but that's okay. Now, I'll show you a mountain line, because that's fun. Create a connection starting in the city of Rock Hill, our second major city we're visiting. We are going to make a double track to... Look, local is not available. Scrolling down. We're waiting for the calculation to finish. Alright. Scrolling down, can't do local or interstate or high speed, but we can do a mountain train. So let's do that. Mountain trains are expensive, and they're really expensive when they break. So we're creating that line, and we're going to create a new connection from this nice place up to here. And we're extending that mountain train, because we're still going over a mountain. Create the connection. I could play around with the number of switches. I am just lazy, so that's okay. Build the track. Alright, we're getting there. There are high-speed train options to go between these major cities, of which there are 5 in the country and 3 in the neighboring countries, which you can connect to. I want to do those, since those are really great for a lot of reasons, but there's a goal called, this will open after the calculating phase, alright, called Take the Touristic Route, which means you cannot use high-speed connections, and the marking of these goals is really not greatly designed. In order to do them, you really have to do them first. It won't count it if you make a local connection later after you already have a high-speed connection. So that's why we're doing the locals first. Going to connect up to here. So now this is automatically a new connection because we're not using a mountain train anymore. So we're back to the local trains. Build that track. And we've got a notification. It's probably bad. Look, a derailment. Alright, we're going to repair that derailment. And while we're here, we'll double check our fail rates to see if there are any that are particularly bad. Some are at 3%. Hey, look at you. What are you doing injured? Let's repair that if we can at the calculation phase ends. Please repair. Already we're getting a bit of lag, and it only gets worse and worse and worse. But that's okay. We can be patient. These are at 3%. I mean, that's certainly low, but we might as well repair one. We have 3 available crews, which is definitely not enough in time. Alright, so... Ooh, Terbeck has a metro system now. That's nice. It really doesn't impact us too much. Alright. Oh, look. This is that line. See, it's red here. That means it's broken. And I think that's one we were repairing. Yep, now it's fixed. We can go down here, see if these are all happily beige. They are. Calculating. This thing bogs everything down, and it's when the computer is deciding whether or not to break one of your tracks, or, in this case, to overload them. Look at this. So, this is a busy line. Now we know we expect it to be busy because it's eventually connecting these 2 major cities. And what they really want is, you know, a high-speed connection. But we don't have that yet. So we're going to go to our route manager, which is here. And these are all the different lines we have. And Rock Hill Quans, I think, is the one we want. Let's see. Look, it turns blue because that's the one we're working on. We are going to increase the frequency, which unfortunately will increase the chance of it breaking. And that's why we start with lower numbers and build up later. So that's working away. We are going to scroll up. This is the city of Restoriso, which has a large population, lots of people in it, no trains obviously yet. And for our goal, we want to connect it down to that southern city of Terbeck. So we are going to continue this line to get to that city. Create the connection. We have options. They all include bridges, which are generally expensive things to build, but we don't mind that. We have a fair amount of cash on hand. Creating the connection. There we go. We're going to extend the line, because remember we want 10 lines, so at least 3 segments. Create that connection. See, all of this picks automatically for us because we're extending a line. If we're creating a new line, then we have to pick how we're doing it. Building that track. I see another notification. Probably it is some terrible thing has happened. Extending the line from Austin Holtz. Create that connection, please. Now, this number, it should go up if we achieve the goal. Animal alert. Alright, mountain site to High Lodge. Oh, and there's a signal loss too, something to repair. Alright. Let's see. Go. Mountain site to High Lodge. Oh look, we've got a new goal achieved. Our numbers have increased. I'll verify that for you. And look, touristic route is done. We've connected Terravec to Restarso without using high speed, and that gave us a lot of money. We like that. Now, we were looking for that animal. Where did they say they were? Mountain site to High Lodge. So let's maintain that line, and hopefully that will help us. Mountain site to High Lodge. Going to maintain that. We're going to check our fail rates while we're here. Still fairly low, which is good. I think randomly pick a 3% one and fix it. Alright. So we've still got a lot of... now, this whole area is needing our railway help. And we're going to do something different here. We're going to go from Restarso down to here. This time, we're going to spend all the money making a quadruple high-speed rail line. We're going to set that at 6 for now. Build that track. It costs a lot more, but it's good because we want to connect these areas. We're going to create another connection down here. We're extending the Oakleton Restarso line, which is high speed. You can tell by this little icon. And waiting for calculation. Computer's thinking of what it wants to break on me. Right now my reliability is at 100%, which is really where we want it to be. After all, this game is part of a course on railway engineering, and they're very keen on reliability. So it's really, as much fun as making new line things, they really just want to push the, you should maintain things all the time. We're going to create this connection now. We have the option to go through the forest for that cost, or around the forest for a much lower cost, but the time increases. So do we want a 20-minute ride or a 40-minute ride? I kind of want the 20-minute ride, and I'll tell you why in just a second. We're going to go through the forest, which will mean it will break more often, but there's a goal. Look, we've made a lot of goals already. There's a goal called Speed Challenge. Connect Beststock to Osnaholtz with a travel time of 2.5 hours or less. So Beststock is down here. Osnaholtz is way up there. And that's why this high-speed line, once we are all done with it, will enable that to be achieved. But look, we're starting to run low on money, and that's not a good thing. So, rather than building expensive new lines, which of course will bring in more revenue, for now, I'm going to do a little bit of preventative maintenance, since that doesn't cost too much, and it takes up some time. So we're just going to start at the top and repair ones. Look, this one's up to 4%, so we don't want that to break. You know, these are all low percentages right now. They will increase. Will you do this one? Now I have no crews left. So if I wanted to do this one right now, it'll give me an error. No maintenance crew available. So that's bad. Not to have maintenance crews. But they do come back once they finish repairing things. So we'll do you two, and then we've got another 4% one, so we'll do you. Now this all costs money, but a lot less than building a new thing. So our numbers are going up little bit by little bit. Okay, this one costs a bit more. They do have different costs associated with them. Keep an eye out for that. All these things are fairly good. It's unfortunate that they don't tell you the type of rail here. That would be handy. This one costs a lot. But it's at 3%, so it's good to do. Now look, this one costs a lot, and this is our high-speed line. And we really don't want that one to fail, because that'll be very bad. This is the other end of that high-speed line. Costs an awful lot to maintain. I don't really want to do that, but I'm going to do it, just because I'm nice. Alright, we've got to continue connecting these cities, especially the larger ones. So we're going to start here in Dallamore, connect it to Dormouth, and this is going to be a nice little local line. Build that track, and create a connection, and we're going to extend it through to here. Extend the line, create a connection. After it finishes calculating, create the connection, please. Still calculating. See, as it adds trains, it has to do a lot more calculations for things that could potentially be going wrong. And that will bog down the system. It doesn't seem to matter. I have a terrible computer, but even when my brother tried it on a much better computer, he had the same problem. So it's a game design issue, but, you know, landslide. See, that's bad. That's going to mean we need to do a repair. And again, it's a little bogged down. I'm trying to scroll up here, and it's not letting me yet. Here we go. All the way to the top of the list where the repair is. So that would have cost probably 1,000 to maintain, and now 3,000 to repair. It's generally a 3-to-1 ratio. And we'll let that be for now. Our reliability has dropped and then increased again because of that outage. Gonna close this. Alright, we are going to send you, if we have enough money, to this little town which is called Camborne. And look how much it costs. It's ridiculous, but you know, it's a big bridge. So we can't do that just yet. But we want to, because guess what? There's a goal. And that goal is called top to bottom. And that means you need to connect the mountain train, local train, HSL, bridge, and tunnel to connect Windy Rock, which you're already in, to Camborne. We do have HSLs, we have local trains, we have bridges and tunnels already. We just have to get to that town, and it should give us that goal. A broken track in Dormouth and Westford, which we can scroll. Is this one here? It's red. So let's repair you right away. Try to keep our reliability up and our customers happy. Their comfort is currently at 82%. The travel time is 53%, which is not great. But again, right now, we don't have a lot of high-speed rail. Customers served is only 21%. And getting this number up is insanely difficult. even when you connected everything, it still doesn't go to 100. So I don't entirely know why it doesn't work as I might expect it to, but this one's at a 4%, so we're going to repair that, or maintain it rather. Always good to do a little preventative maintenance. Alright. We've got just about enough money now to connect Camborne. So let's do that. Create a new line. Or, sorry, extend a line. As we remember, we want 10 lines with at least 3 intercity segments, or 4 cities connected. So we'll do that. Build a track. Not a lot of money left in the bank, but that's okay. Well, I mean, it's really not great, but, you know, it's a reasonable trade-off. And see if we get a goal achieved. I'm hoping we do. When you're finished constructing. The goal marking sometimes doesn't work, which is really unfortunate when you spend a lot of money and effort to try to do something and then it doesn't say you've achieved it. And that happens all the time. Oh look, we've got an orange line down here. A few orange lines. So that means that they're not getting, or they have too much usage. They're overcrowded trains. So we don't want that. The real way to solve this is to finish our high-speed network, but that's expensive and we don't have the money for it. So instead, we are going to, after the calculation phase, up the number of trains on these tracks. I wish you could select them. Unfortunately, you can't. You just have to know what the names of these places are, and I don't remember. Are you Quans? Are you Porkery? You're Quans. Alright, so let's go back to the rail network. Rock Hill to Quans, and I believe it's the one we want. Let's see. Yep, that's the one. We're going to increase your frequency. Now we're at the maximum for what we can handle right now. And to increase that maximum, we have to spend a ridiculous amount of money. I'll show you how we can do that after this. Let's deselect. There we go. So if we want to increase our control system, we have to spend €500,000. It says here. Everywhere else is dollars, but that's just a typo. That will increase how much we can work, how many trains, rather, we can run. But we're not going to worry about that probably ever, because it's really expensive. This is expensive, this is highly occupied. So let's check. That should be a Terabek to Quans line. Let's see if we can find that here. I don't know what order these are in. It might be this line. Yes, it is. Alright. We're going to adjust that frequency up a little bit. And I believe that's working away now. Pretty sure it is going, but again, a bit of lag. Alright. Hopefully that orange will go away, because we really don't want orange. That means our customers will not be happy. I think it's this one that we were working on. Alright. Put that all the way up to maximum. Still a bit of lag. It's doing lots of pretty animations. There are clouds. You see the trains swing back and forth. I understand they're wonderful. They're beautiful. They kind of wish at least the clouds weren't there, just for the, hopefully to make the game run better. There's no settings for the game itself if you want to change a resolution level or anything like that. But again, This is a game developed by the university students for use by the other university students. So it's a cool little collaboration, and you wouldn't expect it to be as perfectly polished as other stuff. Oh look, here's another overloaded line. Two of them actually, because we know this is a different one, the mountain one. And they will probably sell themselves if we can connect our high-speed connections, which we haven't done yet. Because it all takes time and money and effort. Just like the real world, eh? Alright. We really want to connect these guys. I'm just trying to figure out what a good routing would be. We're going to start up here. In the town of Hennick. We're going to go this way. No, we're not. Go away. Just for fun, we're going to go down through here. Also, let's see. I could increase these proactively, but right now we'll start at 2. Connecting. And now we're going to extend the Hennick line that we just built. Create that connection. Calculating. Bogging everything down. Probably breaking all kinds of lines. I haven't done a lot of maintenance lately. But hopefully that'll go away. We can select view and build our track. The more of these local cities you connect, especially to the nearby large cities, the more money you'll make. It's kind of like the airline industry, where the short-haul flights are the ones that actually make the money, even though they don't get the glory of the long-distance travel. Similar with trains, you know, the big high-speed intercity trains are the ones everybody loves, but it's really the local ones that serve the population. So we're going to create a connection. I think we'll go here. Here's a big one. Please let us pick it. Now, reliability is down, which means they've broken a track somewhere, but I will address that shortly. But right now I'm just waiting for this lovely slow program to chug away. Come on, let me pick you, please. There we go. We're gonna make that Hennick line into a nice U. Okay. Get that building, and then let's see, a fire hazard from Tumbris to Kayaluta and a broken track. Oh my goodness. Alright. There's that fire hazard. We'll fix that. I think the broken track was an older one. So let's check our fail rates. See if there are any looking awful. See more up in the 4% range. Waiting for a calculation run. I don't actually mind waiting around too much. Look, this one's up to 7%. Here we go. Let's maintain that. That one's at 5%, which is not great. We're going to maintain you. That'll be my last crew. Usually when something new will break, when all your crews are out busy. So these are all at 5% now. So they'll have to be maintained. You know, sometimes it's really expensive. This is the high-speed line. But you really don't want it to break. So what do, right? I will maintain that, because now it's up to 6%, which we don't want. The numbers are intrinsically higher, well, for high speed anyway, but also because this is a double track, so there's higher maintenance costs associated with that. And also the frequency increases your maintenance costs because there's more wear and tear simulated on the rail. Alright, doing pretty good. We have a crew, we'll do you. But look, signal loss from Terabek to Quans. What a shame. Alright, scroll up to the top of this list very slowly. Not intentionally slowly, but just because it's chugging with the calculation. When we get up to the top, there should be that broken track, which we can repair. Here we go. Alright. Let's continue our efforts. We haven't done very much at all in this whole area, so we should do that. Let's see. We could make a nice U. Or we could make a cross. Ooh, the wonderful choices. If we connect these guys, we're going to have to make a bridge, and that will not be fun. Well, it might be fun, but it will be expensive. How expensive will it be? Let's find out. Let's see. Now that tunnel would be really expensive, but we're not doing it. No, no, no. Alright, connect here, please. To the booming town of Oakleton. So slow. We can see up here there's a busy section of rail, but right now we can't do anything because we're waiting. There we go. We will extend. Eventually we want 10 lines which have at least 4 cities connected. And it takes a long time to achieve that. But you do get a little reward, which is nice. Build, this is costing 32,000 compared to the, what was it, 11,000 to connect these two. So definitely more expensive for the bridge. Keep waiting for this to open. Game speed is obviously... Oh, derailment. We don't like those. Repair that. You're up to 5%. Can maintain you. I don't know exactly how that... Oh, look at it. 7 to 9%. That is a much higher likelihood, so we want to repair that. Or maintain it, I should say. As I understand it, when we go through this calculation phase, the program will select which fail rate within this range that it's going to use, and then, you know, roll it out to see whether or not a failure actually occurs. So once you have lots and lots of lines, it has to do a lot of calculations, and that just slows everything right down. There's also lots of animation going on. That slows things. Okay. Oh. What does this tell us? Another derailed pane, best stock polarity, which we know is down here. So, and this looks like my Dormith Oakleton high-speed line is also having some kind of problem. We do not want that. Woohoo! Look how much you cost to repair. Alright, we're gonna get you fixed up, because we really want you functioning. Please, let me pick it. we want this reliability to stay at 100, and we really have to get these repairs done right away, or ideally preventatively. But it's already starting to drop. Again, because everything's starting to chug now with all the processing, and it's not letting me actually hit these even though I'm clicking on them. There we go. Alright. So that will be an improvement in the lives of the people. Satisfaction is 63%. That's not wonderful, but it's not awful. We really eventually want to connect here with a high-speed line. But to do that, we're going to need a bridge or a tunnel, which will be quite expensive. Definitely more than we can afford right now. See how we're doing on goals. We haven't done top to bottom, or it doesn't say we've done top to bottom. Hopefully that will resolve itself if we connect that high-speed line. But we've done all these, which is excellent. We want to get every goal we can. Happy Travelers would require 80%. We're not there yet, but we're working on it. Line signs everywhere we've talked about. There are two international ones. International Ambition, connecting Malwick to a foreign city, and Foreign Connection, which is to connect Klecholt and Rio Macha. So let's show you where those are. I can just scroll to them on the map. There's also the City Finder option, which would be great if it had a search, or even just like a drop-down menu of places. Instead, it just presents all the cities in an alphabetical order, which is nice, but it's a big menu, which is not easy to navigate, I find. And of course, I can't even scroll right now because the game is bogged down a little bit. And I see here I've got a problem somewhere, a broken track. Repair you. Alright. I wanted to show you Rio Macha. It's another large city, but it's in a foreign country, which means to connect to it, you need a ridiculous amount of money. It costs something like $200,000 or $300,000 to connect to a foreign country, which is a lot. But let's click on this. It should warp us to that city. There it is. So we can do that only with a high-speed connection to the nearest city. Malwick, incidentally, is down here. No, I'm sorry. That's not Malwick. Malwick is somewhere in this area. I don't remember which one it is. There it is. That's Malwick. Let's see. What one are you? I think you're Corsia? Yep. Alright, we're going to extend our little U-shaped track here. Because eventually we want Malwick to be connected when we connect to a foreign city. Send a line, please. Create that connection. Waiting. I do hope you're enjoying this recording of me playing the game. I do hope that it's actually recording and I haven't spent the last 40 minutes talking to myself. Connect, please. With the whole COVID-19 crisis, there's been a lot of soul searching in the mass transit world about, how can we keep people safe while also helping them get around and helping achieve our environmental goals which really rely on public transportation. And that's an ongoing debate, and I certainly don't have answers. But we're seeing things like increased sanitization of the trains and stations, and also, hand washing stations and usage of masks. So I really hope that helps. Animal alert. Mountainside to Osnaholtz. Alright. Now that one isn't a failure yet, but we can maintain that track and see if that helps. And it might not. Mountainside to Osnaholtz. Maintain you. Do a quick little scroll as much as we can. See if anything's failing at too high a rate. We have an overloaded line again, which is really my own fault for choosing low frequency numbers to start out with, but it's really not just the starting costs, but really the maintenance fail rate that I'm trying to avoid when I do that. And as much repairing as I've had to do, it's actually fairly low for the whole game. Spend a lot of money to make sure you're good. And do you, because you're up to 6%, and you, because you're up to 6%. Oh, we just had a break. Of course, I have no crews, but one will become available shortly, I hope. Just waiting. The game is calculating, probably finding other things to break. Okay, will it let you pick me? I want this crew to work on this track, but I haven't been able to select it yet. There we go. Alright. Get into you as quick as we can. Double check that there weren't any other failures. Okay. Now this is a high-speed thing, which we know we've already got going good. I think I'm going to connect this city here, Corsia, to this one, so that there's an alternate route, so that people can take the local train or the high-speed train, and hopefully that will relieve some of the pressure on this track. Similarly, eventually, when I have lots of money, I want to connect this city all the way down to Rock Hill, which is over in the mountains, with a high-speed network, and that will really help to solve this overloading. That one I think is broken. It looks red to me. Oh, look at this. Mountainside to Osnaholtz. But my crews were all available. I have enough money to do these horrendously expensive repairs. You see, this was at a 1 to 3% fail rate, so it matters, but you can't always see it coming, unfortunately. Which is true in the real world. So you can't blame them for trying to challenge you. There we go. I think that's both of those. Okay, good. We still want to get to Malwick. We just keep getting distracted. Look at our goals. If it lets us open the goal panel. Bridges versus tunnels gives us a $200,000 reward for connecting Camborne and Gretham to the mainland. Now we've already done Camborne, And Gretham is another little island village, which I'm trying to scroll over to show you. This guy here. And, oh look, that terrain is broken. Oh yeah, we're repairing that one already. Good. Alright, so we want to connect Gretham up here to the mainland, and that'll give us a big pile of money. Create the connection. Now, I'll just show you this tunnel, just to show you how expensive it would be. Even at the cheapest possible way, it would cost $141,000, which is ridiculous. For the tunnel option. The bridge here, double please. Doesn't let you pick because we're calculating. Come on. Yeah, imagine how many tracks is breaking on me right now. See, it's still going to cost me $51,000, or 52 if I go up frequency of 2. If it lets me pick it. Come on. You can do it. So it's going to be very expensive, but the reward will be 200,000. So, you know, that's a good thing. And we want to connect you to our actual network. And we might as well add this little village of Legon. Or no, Legon, I think it's this one. Anyway. Come on, let me do it. Try to build the track. Here we go, build. Woodhaven. Okay, now we're going to connect into here. What we want to do, create the connection, please. And look, we've achieved bridges versus tunnels. We're not quite there on lines everywhere, and we haven't done international ambition. That's really the one I think I want to do next. Because I haven't given you an international city connection yet, and I'm sure you want to watch me spend all of my budget. Oh, but first, we have a break somewhere. At the very beginning of the game, the notifications are nice happy things like, we've built a metro system, or this town has increased in size. But as you get further on into the game, it's nothing but bad news. Like a derailed train or a lost signal from Terrebek to Tumbers. And we will repair you, please. $12 to 14%. Right. 13 to 15. We do not want you to fail. See, the numbers do creep up over time, so it's a good idea to watch them. 4 to 6 is not great. Scroll down, just in case there's an even worse one. You only have one crew available. I'll repair you. Another crew should come back shortly. One unfortunate thing about this game is that there's no pause button, which means even if something comes up and you have to leave, the game will keep running and tracks will keep breaking. And the other day I got my brother to draw this game, and he had a 5-minute interruption, and it took him 15 minutes just to repair all the tracks that broke in that time. So it's a bit of a slog. But I mean, the name of the game is to be grueling. Look at you. 10% fail rate. We do not want you to break. %8% is not good, and that's our high-speed line. So we're going to repair you, even though it costs a lot. Maintain you, I should say, not repair. Alright. I think I'm near the bottom of the list now, but I can't scroll because it's calculating. There we are. That's the bottom. Okay. Close this guy. We are going to make a connection up there. Starting at restart, so create the connection. We're not going to extend our line, because I don't want to do that. And this is going to be really expensive to begin with, so I'm going cheap. If I did quadruple, what would that change? Yeah, look, another $100,000. So I can't even afford that if I wanted to. It's unfortunate because there will be a lot of demand for an international route. And I could wait, but I don't want to. I'm very patient, but I'm not super human. There we go. Select, please, and build that track. Alright. Now we still haven't connected Malwick, which is here. So, with our last few dollars, we're going to connect to here, because eventually we want everyone connected. Alright, we're going to create a connection. I see I have another break to fix, and I hope I will have enough money to do that. Create a connection, please, from Newfort to Malwick. Alright, extending the line, which is this one here. Create that connection, please. again. Still calculating. Okay, yeah, the more lines you add, the longer the calculation runs, the more cascading failures you get. My reliability is down to 93%, so I know something's gone wrong somewhere. But it takes a while. Another landslide. What do you do? See, this is why mountain trains are horrible. Of course, they're very scenic and pretty to ride as long as you don't get caught in a landslide. Trying to scroll up this list. You'll see that I don't have a crew available. That's because the maintenance crews are also the ones which build the track. So they're a hard-working bunch. Alright. Trying to scroll up here to fix that problem. The track is finished building, so hopefully at the end of this calculation run, I will have achieved a goal of foreign connection. But not yet. Alright. Fix you guys. And you're at an 8%, so we're going to send you a crew as well. Oh wait. We've got a goal. International ambitions. Little Malik now connected to a foreign city. Which gives us a handsome pile of money, reimburses the amount it took to build that international line. And we are going to use that money to extend our high-speed line from here down to our other city in the mountains. Oh, okay. It jumped me over here randomly. Well, that's nice. Alright, fine. You see there's a broken track down there. We gotta work on that. Create a connection. If we want to connect you, we can go under or over. If we go under, it costs a whole lot of money. Travel time is 20 minutes. We go over, it costs quite a bit less money, but it costs 10 minutes more. And I'm not made of money or anything, but I'm actually going to go for the faster option. Because I want my travel time to be nice and speedy. We're going to do that. I'm also hoping to achieve a goal. Alright, let's repair whatever this notification is. Oakleton to Woodhaven, which presumably is the one you're telling me about. Oakleton to Woodhaven, okie dokie. Speed challenge reward is 200,000. Best stock to Osnaholtz with 2.5 hours or less. So best stock is here. So with this high-speed line that goes all the way up to a stop or two away from Osnaholtz, I'm hoping that it achieves that goal. We'll find out whenever you are done. From a redundancy point of view, I should connect these two cities as well. Alright, I'm not going to do that just yet, but that's something to think about. Alright. I'm up to 70% satisfaction, which is, better than it was before. There's a goal to get to 80 and another goal to get to 90. I played this game a fair amount, and I don't think I've got the 91 yet. That one's really hard to do. Alright, we're just waiting for the game to check along. I need to get back to playing it. He's still constructing this. Takes a while. Just from the visuals, it looks like this is a really steep dive into the tunnel. Which is kind of funny. Very roller coaster like. Alright, you're connected finally. Hoping for that speed challenge, but we might not have it yet. Calculating though, so it might get in the next calculation run. There are these little towns right in the middle that are hard to get to. Oh look, 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 look! Speed challenge, done and done. Excellent. So now, we've got a fair amount of money. We're bogged down though, so it's hard to scroll. But there's another. I should have got the challenge panel open. High-speed highway. Connect the 5 major cities of Rosario, Oakleton, Dormith, Terrebonne, and Rock Hill with a high-speed rail network. We have already done 4. Rosario, Oakleton, Dormith, and Terrebonne with this new line connecting to Terrebonne down here. So Rock Hill is that large city over in the mountains. And we just need to connect that one either to Rosario or Terrebonne. And eventually it will let me move, and when that happens, I'm going to attempt to do just that. Go away. Now, usually I connect Rosario. I want to see if I can connect from the south, just to be fun and different. Oh, I think we've got a break somewhere. I do hope you're enjoying watching this, if the recording works. Because here we are, we're an hour into this thing. I feel kind of bad for you if you're wasting your time watching me play a random game. But, if you are interested in taking this course, Railway Systems and Integrated Approach, I do recommend it. It's a fun course, whether you are looking to get into the railway world, or you just are interested in railways, or you travel on them sometimes and wonder what's going on in the background. It's good. You can audit the course for free through the edX website, or you can pay to get a little certificate at the end of it. And whichever paid or unpaid route you pick, you get to play this game. You have to, in fact. So you too can enjoy this experience of waiting for your computer to let you make moves as it attempts to destroy a network you put so much effort into creating. Okay, go ahead. Alright. So, here is Terrebonne, create a connection. Now, I do eventually want to connect down here, because that will achieve an international or foreign connection goal. I just wanted to see if it would let me connect here, and I don't think it will. What a pity. Alright. See, this line is constantly overloaded with orange people. Or, it's orange because it's overloaded with people, I should say. So, we are going to create a connection. And look, it gives us this long bridges and tunnels way into Rock Hill. And that's the only way to do a high-speed rail line. So we're going to click on you. We're going to watch in horror as we lose all this money we built up. Although, by achieving the reward, we'll get a bit of a reimbursement, though not what it will cost to do this. Please, let me speak. Actually, this is the one we want to use. Terabector Star, so. We can pick either one and get the reward. It doesn't actually matter. But we're going to use this one. Actually, it's not quite as bad as I thought it would be. So, we'll build that track. And, oh, we've got some kind of error to fix. Mountainside to Osnaholtz. You break every time. Alright. I want to check out that reward, but I also want to see if any of these are looking really bad. I'm hoping that, railway systems engineers in the real world don't delay maintaining tracks simply because their computers are really slow. So, ideally that is not one way this game reflects life. Look, 8% fail rate. We're going to maintain you, and a 7%. We'll make... Oh, no crews. What am I doing? Because we're still building this rail here. Oh. Alright. Go back to the top. Let's check out what we've done here. High-speed highway connected. Awesome. Ooh, we've got lots of money. I think maybe it gave us top to bottom. It did. So whatever it is that we just did, that high-speed line, has enabled us to get that reward too, which is nice. So now we've got plenty of money. And of course, our goal as a public railroad utility is not to make money, it's to serve the people, naturally. So once it lets me scroll, I will work on... I am going to connect this city, although not just yet, because there's one more reward for connecting another foreign city that's to the south of here. And I will show that to you as soon as the computer lets me. Still only at 54% of customers served, and we've connected the vast majority of towns and cities. But we haven't done these two big ones, and they do make up a big chunk of our potential customers. So that number will hopefully increase. Alright. Come on. He's thinking about it. Why does it say I've achieved another goal? I'm curious now. I don't know what it could be. Oh, I see. Our customer satisfaction is 81%, which is very nice. and achieves the happy traveler goal of 80%. So I know what that is now. But the computer is lagging and I can't move. So this is the thing. Oh, there we go. So happy travelers. Trend customer satisfaction exceeds 80%, which is wonderful. Now, this is the one that we're going for next. Connect Klecholt and Rio Matcha. We have done Rio Matcha already. That's the one way up in the northwest. That is Klecholt right there. So, starting here in Terabek, create a connection. And we're going to here. I could extend the line. I might as well. Why not? It'll be more expensive. But we have a remarkably huge amount of money right now. I have never had this much in the game, actually. Alright, we're doing that. And since we have the money, we'll do that other connection too. Oh, we have something to repair, I think. Oh, two things! Expensive things too. This is our high-speed line. Please repair. There we go. Gotta keep that reliability up and the customer's happy. Okay, we just dealt with that. So now, I'm not going to play for too much longer if I can achieve this last little bit of goal. Customer served still at 58%. When we add that last big city, the number should jump up a little bit. Oh, let's see what this goal is. Foreign connection. Very nice. That's what we want. Lines everywhere we haven't done yet. We've been working toward that. It will come eventually. And the other one is everybody happy, which is 90%. That is hard to do, let me tell you. And I think those are the last two goals of the whole game. Fun stuff. Alright. I have heard that you cannot achieve 90% if you don't have all your foreign connections. So that's one thing to consider. Please select. So we will attempt to do that. You know, we're keeping our reliability up. Our travel time is not amazing. I will see what I can do to increase that. Create a connection. Here we go. Sure. Send the line. Why not? This city here is called Hellenbach, which I think is kind of a funny pun, because it means we have just built a railway connection to Hellenbach. And I think that sounds funny when you say it. Alright. Customer service hopefully will pop up a little bit when this finishes building. The reliability is fairly good, although again, something's broken on us. Oh my goodness. At least 4 things. Maybe I should do more preventative maintenance. Oh, I have no crew. What am I doing? Yeah. Oh, goodness. there another repair to be done as well? I wonder. I really should be putting more effort into maintenance. You know, much like the real world, maintenance is not very exciting, and people just want to ignore it. Oakleton Dormith, that is the line that we ran through the forest. And that's why the fail rate is a little bit higher than you see elsewise. Oh, my reliability is dropping, which means my customer satisfaction will also drop. Come on, repair crew. I'm a little concerned that this means I have more errors. Customer cert has fallen to 39%. That is because the lines that are broken are impacting a lot of people, which is bad. We do not want that. We can fix this one. I know. If we can fix this one, it will hopefully allow that number to hop back up to where we need it. It's a pity you cannot sort these in any way at all. If I could sort by fail rate, that would make maintenance much easier. I've heard people on the student forum wishing for automated maintenance, but I don't know how useful that would be. Alright, I'm getting a phone call. So I think I will stop it here. You've seen the whole game, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.